Welcome back to our channel, the place where the real world meets the inspiring stories of everyday heroes. Today, get ready to meet an ordinary man named Daniel, whose extraordinary reaction to losing everything will leave you in awe. Sometimes we become so engrossed in our own lives that we lose sight of the bigger picture. The happiness that we crave becomes elusive, and life seems to throw obstacle after obstacle in our path. In today's fast-paced world, we often find ourselves caught in the rat race of success and happiness. Daniel's story is a beacon of hope in these tumultuous times. His story teaches us that true happiness lies not in material possessions or worldly success, but in the strength of our spirit and the depth of our compassion. Children playing, couples walking hand in hand, and the elderly enjoying the sunshine. Then the scene shifts again, showing the same park at night. The carousel is dark and silent, the swings are still, the trees stand like shadowy figures against the backdrop of the moonlit sky. Little did they know that this incident was the calm before the storm. In the blink of an eye, the accident occurred, shattering the tranquility of the afternoon like a dropped ice cube in a glass of water. Rushing to the hospital, he found solace only in the loving embrace of his wife and daughter. They were alive. Now let's get back to the powerful story of a man who lost everything, yet found happiness. Slowly, the camera pans out, revealing the bustling activity of the park during the day. The vibrant spirit that had filled their home was extinguished, leaving a gaping hole in their hearts. Sarah's condition worsened, slipping into a coma without any hope of recovery. The accident that had already claimed their daughter had now taken their wife and mother from them. The initial shock gave way to a suffocating grief that threatened to consume them. Daniel, in turn, found strength in his son's innocence, vowing to be both a father and a mother to Ethan in the face of such overwhelming despair. As the camera focuses on the man, we see tears glistening in his eyes. The road ahead seemed bleak, stretching before him like a tunnel without light, yet he knew he had to move forward for the sake of Ethan. As he flipped through the pictures, a wave of emotions washed over him, bringing back cherished memories of happier times. His shoulders are slumped, his gaze is distant, and his hands tremble slightly. The letter in his hand was an icy blast from the depths of winter, informing him that his insurance claim had been denied due to an error in documentation. There they were, younger, carefree, and brimming with love, their bodies reflected in the mirrored surface of a jewelry shop window. The image was more than just a photograph. It was a testament to a bond that death itself could not diminish. Slowly, a network of love and care enveloped him and Ethan, providing the strength they needed to keep going. The support of his loved ones was a beacon in the darkness, guiding them toward a new horizon. He had to make an agonizing decision, one that would shape the future for both him and his son. Daniel and Ethan learned to live with the void left by Sarah and Emma, cherishing the memories they had created together. This setback was not merely an inconvenience. It was a financial blow that threatened to shake the very foundations of their modest existence. It was an elderly gentleman, weathered by time and etched with lines of experience. Sarah would have wanted him to be strong for Ethan, to carry on despite the pain. The vibrant colors of life seemed muted, and the melody of joy sounded distant. This realization served as a guiding light in the darkness of his despair, reminding him that he wasn't just fighting for himself, but also for the memory of his beloved wife. He spoke of challenges overcome and dreams pursued, painting vivid pictures that sparked a flicker of curiosity in Ethan's eyes. Inspired by Mr. Williams' stories, he decided to take Ethan on a trip to a nearby park. A group of children were engaged in a spirited game of tag, their laughter echoing through the park like wind chimes. Sensing Daniel's reluctance to open the door, Mr. Williams had persisted, driven by a deep sense of concern for the family's well-being. In that moment, Daniel felt a profound sense of gratitude for the resilience of the human spirit. He decided to create a scrapbook filled with photographs and stories of her life, transforming memories into tangible keepsakes. Recognizing the depth of Daniel's pain, Mr. Williams offered words of comfort and understanding. He would honor Sarah's memory by embracing life and ensuring that Ethan never forgot her. He shared stories of his own battles with grief, emphasizing that sadness is a natural part of life, akin to the changing seasons. He had Ethan the unwavering support of his community and the guiding wisdom of Mr. Williams. Together, They navigated the twists and turns of life, cherishing the moments of joy and learning from the challenges that came their way. The response was overwhelming. People from all walks of life came together, donating food, clothing, and toys to those less fortunate. With tears streaming down his face, he whispered words of love and remembrance. Pouring out his heart to the unresponsive woman, continued to volunteer, sharing his story to raise awareness about distracted driving. The pain of losing Emma never faded, but it evolved into a driving force for positive change. The car, which had once symbolized freedom and adventure, now represented their captivity within the four walls of their grief. The heavy shroud of grief had lifted, revealing glimpses of hope and healing. The pain remained, but it had transformed into a source of strength, propelling him forward. His story reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable loss, hope can bloom. And the kindness of strangers that we can navigate the complexities of grief and emerge stronger on the other side. The silence was deafening, amplifying the echoes of their loss. In serving others, he discovered a sense of purpose that transcended his personal loss. If you enjoyed this tale and it resonated with your own experiences, we invite you to share your thoughts and feelings in the comments section below. And consider sharing it with those who might find solace in Daniel's story. May Daniel's story serve as a guiding light, reminding us to find strength in adversity and hope in the midst of despair. Your comments matter to us and can foster a sense of unity among those who have walked similar paths. Each room, once filled with laughter and warmth, now whispered tales of the past, mocking his present misery. By doing so, you'll become part of our community and be the first to know when we release new stories that touch the heart and inspire the soul. Moved by the stories of those in need, Daniel decided to contribute. He realized that while grief could never be erased, it didn't have to define his existence. He would honor Sarah's memory by cherishing and protecting Ethan. He would ensure that Sarah's absence was felt but not overwhelming. He is alone in his grief, wrestling with the demons of a heavy heart. A lone figure sits on a park bench, lost in thought. As the narrator begins his tale, the screen fades to black, leaving us suspended in anticipation of the story that is about to unfold. On a sunny Tuesday afternoon, Daniel sat in his cozy living room sipping coffee and watching his son Ethan eagerly bounce a basketball in the driveway. His wife Sarah was in the kitchen humming a tune as she packed a lunch for Ethan's upcoming birthday party. Life was good. Their small house was filled with love, laughter, and the promise of a bright future. But as Daniel opened the front door to grab the mail, fate dealt him a cruel blow. Determined to shield his family from worry, Daniel forced a smile and reassured them that everything would be all right. Later that same day, Sarah and their daughter Emma were on their way to buy decorations for Ethan's birthday party. A speeding truck ran a red light. When Daniel received the call about the accident, his world crumbled around him. But fate had a cruel twist in store. While Sarah's injuries were extensive, Emma was pronounced dead at the scene. As the days passed, the weight of their loss grew heavier, pressing down on Daniel and Sarah with each passing moment. Then, just when they thought they were pulling themselves together, another devastating blow struck. Daniel found himself grappling with the enormity of their situation. The joy of life had evaporated, leaving behind a chilling emptiness that seemed to seep into his bones. With Sarah in a coma, their home became a desolate island in a sea of sorrow. Unable to bear the torment of their home, Daniel and Ethan began sleeping in the car, finding solace in its confined space. Ethan, too young to comprehend the complexities of loss, clung to his father, seeking comfort in his embrace. Amidst the wreckage of their lives, Daniel found himself battling not only the grief of losing his wife and daughter, but also the burden of caring for his young son. One day, while rummaging through the belongings of his late wife, Daniel stumbled upon a stack of old photographs. Amongst the collection, one photograph stood out. It captured the essence of his love for Sarah. Clutching the photo close, Daniel felt a surge of determination. After several months, Sarah's condition remained unchanged. Her coma persisted, offering no hope of recovery. Daniel knew he had reached a crossroads. Surrounded by the haunting silence of their home, he sat beside Sarah's motionless form. As the sun set, casting long shadows across the room, Daniel made his choice. With newfound resolve, Daniel reached out to his friends and family, seeking help and support. He knew he couldn't shoulder the burden alone. Though the future remained uncertain, Daniel found solace in knowing that he wasn't truly alone. With time, the wounds of grief began to heal, but the scars remained. However, the specter of their tragedy loomed over them, making it difficult to find happiness in everyday moments. One evening, as Daniel and Ethan were sharing a simple meal at their dining table, a knock on the door brought an unexpected visitor into their lives. His name was Mr. Williams, and he introduced himself as a longtime friend of Daniel's parents. As Mr. Williams entered, he saw a reflection of his own past struggles in Daniel's tearful eyes. His presence was a soothing balm on raw nerves, offering a sense of camaraderie that transcended words. Days turned into weeks, and Mr. Williams became a regular visitor, bringing with him tales of adventure and life lessons learned. Through Mr. Williams' visits, a glimmer of hope began to emerge in Daniel's life. As the seasons changed and the leaves turned golden, Daniel found himself drawn to the vibrant colors of autumn. Upon arrival, Daniel and Ethan were met with a sight that brought a smile to their faces. Sitting on a nearby bench, Daniel watched as Ethan joined the children, his laughter mingling with theirs. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the park, Daniel made a decision. With renewed determination, Daniel began planning ways to keep Sarah's spirit alive. This project became a bonding experience for Daniel and Ethan, bringing them closer together as they delved into the treasure trove of their family's past. As weeks turned into months, Daniel noticed a change in himself. Found himself volunteering at a local soup kitchen, sharing meals with those less fortunate. The future was still uncertain, but Daniel no longer faced it alone. One day, while flipping through a community newsletter, Daniel came across an article highlighting the work of a local charity organization that supported families in crisis. He reached out to friends and neighbors, organizing a donation drive. Touched by the generosity of his community, Daniel realized that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit could shine through. As the years passed, Daniel's life took on a new rhythm. He became a familiar face at schools, community centers, and charity events, his presence a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit. Today, as we reflect on Daniel's journey, let us remember that life's greatest challenges can often lead to the most profound transformations. It is through the strength of our character, the support of our community, and with that, we bring this inspiring story to a close. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you yearn for more uplifting narratives that celebrate the strength of the human spirit, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. Before we part ways, we invite you to give this video a like if it has touched your heart in the tapestry of life. We are all connected by shared experiences and emotions. Until we meet again with another story that celebrates the triumph of the human spirit, stay blessed and keep inspiring.